How can 1,000 devices be split into invisible groups, VLANs? Imagine 1,000 people standing inside one room where everyone can hear everyone else at the same time, and now imagine trying to have a private conversation in that space, because that is exactly what a flat network looks like. In a basic network, every device exists in the same digital environment, sharing the same broadcast domain and participating in the same conversation whether it needs to or not. When one device sends a message, every other device receives it, not because the message is relevant, but because the network has no way to decide who should listen. This design works when there are only a few devices connected, but as the number grows from tens to hundreds, the network slowly turns into noise. Printers announce themselves, laptops ask questions, servers respond, and every device is forced to hear everything, which creates unnecessary traffic, wasted resources, and growing inefficiency. This is not a failure of speed or hardware, but a failure of organization, and this is what network chaos looks like. To understand this better, imagine a party where everyone is talking at the same time. You might be able to follow one conversation if the room is small, but if 1,000 people are shouting, nothing makes sense. Some messages get lost, some repeat unnecessarily, and every participant wastes energy listening to irrelevant conversations. Networks behave in the exact same way, except instead of humans, it is devices sending packets of data. And unlike humans, devices don't know when to ignore irrelevant chatter unless the network is designed to separate them logically. Now imagine the same building again, with the same number of people and the same physical space, but this time invisible walls exist that prevent every sound from traveling everywhere. Accounting can communicate with accounting, engineering can communicate with engineering, and guests remain isolated, even though everyone is still inside the same building. Nothing physical has changed, but the rules of communication have, and this idea is called segmentation. In networking, segmentation is not a luxury but a requirement for growth and stability. It allows the network to scale from a handful of devices to hundreds or thousands without becoming a tangled, unmanageable mess. Segmentation can be achieved physically by running separate cables for every group, but that quickly becomes impractical. Imagine trying to lay out 1,000 separate wires across a building, one for finance, one for engineering, one for management, and so on. The cost, complexity, and maintenance would be enormous. This is where VLANs, or virtual local area networks, become essential, because they provide logical segmentation without changing the physical layout or adding extra hardware. VLAN stands for Virtual Local Area Network, and the word virtual does not mean imaginary or fake, but logical. With VLANs, no cables are moved, no new hardware is added, and no physical layout is changed. Instead, devices are grouped based on rules determined by the network administrator, rather than their physical location. Two devices plugged into the same switch can belong to completely different networks, while two devices at opposite ends of the building can exist in the same group. The switch understands these groupings internally and enforces them silently and continuously as traffic flows, allowing the network to behave as if these groups exist physically, even though they occupy the same infrastructure. Consider a typical office environment. The finance team, the engineering team, and the management team all share the same building and the same wiring. Without VLANs, all devices would exist in the same broadcast domain. Finance computers would see engineering devices when they don't need to, and printers would announce their availability to every department. Important data could accidentally be exposed, performance would degrade, and IT would struggle to manage the network. VLANs solve this by creating logical boundaries inside the switch, essentially giving each department its own private network, while still using the same hardware. VLANs solve several critical problems that physical layouts alone cannot fix. First, they reduce noise by containing broadcast traffic within each group, ensuring devices only hear relevant messages. This dramatically improves network efficiency, particularly as the number of connected devices grows. Second, VLANs improve security by isolating devices at the network level. Guest devices, for example, cannot even see internal systems by default, reducing the risk of unauthorized access. Third, VLANs provide control and flexibility, allowing IT administrators to design networks around functional roles rather than physical proximity. Finance VLANs, engineering VLANs, management VLANs, and guest VLANs can coexist on the same switches and cables, but remain logically separate and protected. One of the most important things to understand about VLANs is that they are invisible. The cable does not change, the port looks the same, and the electrical signal behaves exactly as before. What changes is that each frame carries identity information, called a VLAN tag, which the switch reads to determine which group the packet belongs to. It is like labeling every message with a department name and only delivering it to the intended recipients, all without slowing the network down. From a user's perspective, nothing seems different, but behind the scenes, the network is much more organized and secure. Let's take a closer look at how this works in practice. Imagine a single switch with 20 devices. 10 devices belong to VLAN 10 for engineering, 5 devices belong to VLAN 20 for finance, and 5 devices belong to VLAN 30 for management. If an engineering device sends a broadcast message, only the other devices in VLAN 10 receive it. The finance and management devices do not see the message, even though they are physically connected to the same switch. The switch enforces these rules using VLAN IDs, keeping traffic logically separated without any extra cabling. This separation also allows networks to scale more easily. If the engineering department doubles in size, additional devices can be added to VLAN 10 without affecting finance or management. The same switch infrastructure supports multiple departments, multiple VLANs, and multiple roles, all at the same time. This is what makes VLANs an essential tool in modern enterprise networks, data centers, schools, and large organizations. However, VLANs do have an important limitation that naturally leads to a bigger question. VLANs work inside a switch, but network traffic does not always remain inside a single switch. When traffic needs to move between switches, those invisible boundaries must travel with it, or the logical separation will break. This raises a critical question. If VLANs create separate logical networks, how can a single physical cable carry traffic from multiple VLANs without mixing them together? The answer to that question introduces VLAN tagging, trunk links, and one of the most important mechanisms in modern networking. VLAN tags are added to frames leaving a switch so that other switches know which VLAN the traffic belongs to. Trunk links carry multiple VLANs across a single physical cable, preserving the logical separation of each group even across multiple switches. Understanding this concept is the next step in learning how large networks function efficiently and securely. In the next episode, we will explore exactly how trunk links work, how VLAN tags are added and read, and how one physical wire can safely carry traffic for many VLANs at the same time. This is where networks reveal their invisible architecture, and understanding it is essential for anyone studying or managing modern network infrastructure. If this explanation helped VLANs finally make sense in your mind, subscribe to Philip Explains Tech, turn on notifications, and join us as we continue breaking down invisible systems into clear and understandable ideas. I will see you in the next episode.